Well guys, I'm back here at Weatherford Machine Works in Weatherford, Oklahoma, and I'm dropping the 5.9 Cummins head off here for the Mahle Clevite build, guys. And I'm kind of curious to see what they got in the shop there they're working on today. So Kevin here, he's going to take us up front, and I believe he said he had a John Deere head they're working on, so let's go take a look at it, guys. Instead of connecting rod, guys, look how big these puppies are. What size of John Deere did you say these are out of?
466 John Deere.
So you're going to resurface this head here and all, Kevin?
Grind the valves from the seats. Repair the guides if they need anything.
I was talking about some knurling some valve guides earlier, and a couple of videos ago. Can you kind of explain to us what knurling the valve guides are?
Let me get a little bit of tooling real quick and show you. This is an arbor, and we make a notch in the top of the guide, and then we put a little wheel that varies in size, and then we use a drill to go through the guide, and this wheel right here displaces metal, actually compacting the metal, making it harder, and making the hole smaller. And then we take a reamer and push the reamer through the guide to get the right clearance on the valve. So it's a really good process. It's slowly going away because this company's out of business, unfortunately.
How are you able to ever find the tools to replace what you got whenever?
We've searched everywhere, and we have bought everything that we can, but we can't even do this John Deere anymore. We've had to go to installing a one-piece valve guide, a thick wall, kind of like this. We put it in a machine and we drill it and ream it, and then we press this thick wall guide into the hole, and that's the repair we're faced at going to now.
Well, I appreciate you sharing this with us. I know a couple of videos ago, guys, I accidentally called it a kernel. It's kind of a silent K there, so knurling the valve guides, and that's what that's all about, guys. So it cleared up on that. And hey guys, Kevin here is going to show us what magnafluxing is here, and I always get a lot of questions every time I come around the shop, and I know there's a lot of people want to ask the same kind of questions I do. So anyhow, Kevin's got a big magnet here. Isn't that a magnet you got there in your hand?
Sure is.
So that thing's magnetized now. What is this you're putting on there?
It's just a powder, a magnetic powder. Sets up in a magnetic field and just draws that powder right into the crack, so you can identify how long that crack goes and where it goes, so we can determine whether that is a fixable crack or not.
Well, that thing sure is cracked clean across. So how would you go about repairing a crack like that, or is it even repairable?
It is repairable if that casting is not too thin. You know, it's going to go into water when you drill through this casting, and so we have a process that's called a cold weld process. I'll get it right. And what we do is we drill holes, use a small drill bit, and then we use a tapered tap. We tap that hole, and then we use tapered pins that we screw into the tapped out hole, and then we lace that crack up across there, and we take an air peening hammer and we peen that crack really good, peen the pins really good, and then we do a little bit of grinding, and then we pressure test the head to 50 pounds to make sure that that crack isn't going to seep or leak or anything like that.
Kevin, what is this? What did this head come off of here?
It is a 98 2.5 Ford Ranger. And the guy hit a deer, and it messed up the radiator, and it got hot on him, and he can't find a head, so we'll probably wind up repairing that and making it a good head again.
Pretty neat.
flexing is just we're able to detect a crack on the surface. When we pressure test, we put it in a machine. The valves can still be in the head, and we can pressure up the head to see if there is any cracks even below the seat. We fill the water coolant area with air, and then we spray like a fine mist or water mist on it. If we see a bubbling, then we know that we've got a crack or a pinhole. We fill the exhaust intake ports, like right here. In the machine it turns 360 degrees, and we fill up the ports with water, and so you would be able to tell that there is a crack underneath that valve and in this port because it starts bubbling.
Pretty awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to Diesel Stop here. Today I'm going to be doing a little prep work on the 5.9 Cummins, the Mahle Clevite build. And I've been trying to get geared up for a couple of big projects, so went and got a box and everything, and I still got to get the end box for this side over here. And they had these on back order, and instead of getting them in that flat color, they ended up coming shiny, but I can deal with that. But anyway, I'm trying to gear up for these builds, and I do have that knee surgery coming up here shortly, guys, so that's going to put me down for about 2 months for that full knee replacement. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to get started on this here and get some prep work done on it, and get this block in some paint and get some of this ugly stuff off here, guys. Well, I put some primer on this 6-cylinder Cummins here after I cleaned the block up and got that rust and that surface rust off, and then put some primer on there, and then I ended up shooting it with some cast iron gray. So anyway, the last motor that I built, there's a lot of people saying, well, paint it red, you know, paint it green, paint it yellow. Well, hell, guys, I don't want it to look like I rear-ended a Skittles truck. But anyhow, I'm just going to go cast iron gray with the block, and then of course, the brackets and accessories in black. So anyhow, that's what it's going to look like, guys. Here, after this dries up, I'll get this tape off here, and then cover it back up for a day or so. And I got some other videos I got to add with this in here. So that's what the block is going to look like, guys. The block painted for the Mahle Clevite build, and when I get 5 minutes, I'm going to put the Mahle Motorsport banners up yet. I hadn't had a chance to do that. And then a while ago, I put my shop light in underneath my shelf up there on top of my toolbox. And I still got to scoot this box back, and I've got to take all my stuff off the wall there before I can do that. But anyway, it'll sit back in there a little bit farther, so whenever I open my drawers up, I'll have more light for my drawers and everything. So and then this lid will touch the light right now, one of the lights, so I definitely got to scoot my box back a little bit. And as far as it goes, guys, this is the color this block's going to be. Like I said, this is a cast iron gray, and then I'm going to run the polished valve covers on it, and then I'll probably even take the time and polish out the gear cover for the front of it. This valve cover right here is only sanded in 220 grit, so I got a lot more work to do. And I'm probably going to buy the actual polishing tool to do those. And then I got to get the head back for the Mahle Clevite motor yet, and then eventually I'm going to start tearing this motor down here for the Black Betty guys. And then of course the Mahle Clevite motor there is going to be going in that frame. So anyway, we'll get into that later on, guys, but that's what it looks like, and that's where we're at. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you hadn't subscribed yet, subscribe, and we'll see you later.